Good morning. It's Tuesday, July 7th. We're a day late on our Monday morning alert video series, but with the rain yesterday, we decided to hold off. Dane and I have been out doing some scouting this morning, and we're in obviously a field of corn. And our big concern today, or our big topic, is going to be northern corn leaf blight and the use of fungicide. So we'll pick up kind of where we left off. First of all, where we at in our weather cycle, or our weather pattern. We're at 1,245 growing degree units accumulated since April 11th. That's the nearest to the beginning of planting date that we can pull. That's right on average over the last 3 or 4 years. So it may seem like we're a little cool, but we're actually right on pace as far as growing degree units go. We're ahead of rainfall by about 5 inches. That's specific to this field. Those numbers are all over the place this year because of the heavy rainfalls that we've had. So if you're not familiar with the climate tool, or if you're interested in learning more, it's a really neat way to look at individual spots on your farm, compare them to the averages, and this year there's such a wide variation. Yesterday we had just a little over half an inch of rain right here in this field. You can go a few miles south of here and that number more than doubles. So if you're interested in climate, come talk to us. We'd like to share more information with you about that. Hopefully the wind's doing okay. It's a little breezy this morning. What we're scouting for this morning is leaf tissue diseases in corn. We're approaching tassel pretty rapidly. We're going to have a cool week this week, but tassel's quickly approaching, so we've got to start considering fungicide. Northern corn leaf blight last year was very, very prevalent. There were certain products that were more susceptible than others, but it was a widespread issue. That issue can take a lot of yield out of corn. So as we approach the time when fungicide becomes an option, we want to be out scouting. We're going to show this disease if we can show on the camera here. I'm going to hold the disease here. I'm going to let Dane kind of work his magic. But what you can see is northern corn leaf blight forms a cigar-shaped lesion on the leaf. It will usually be brown or dead in the middle, followed by a purple or brownish ring around the outside. And then once it becomes warm and humid, it will actually be wet on the outside of that lesion. That's actually the fungus spreading. And so we didn't have to come very far into this field before we found that disease. It's very prevalent. This is a product that we know is somewhat susceptible to that product. So what we have to make some considerations for is how prevalent is this disease, and do we want to come in and put a fungicide application on? There's other things going on out here. We can find eye spot. If you hold this leaf up to the sun, you won't be able to see this on the camera, but there's quite a bit of eye spot on this plant. Those are small pinprick type lesions that have a yellow halo around them. Those are pretty prevalent as well. So we have to start thinking about fungicide. Fungicide, we're going to want to be as close to tassel as possible. There's several different options. So when we look at this field, we'll pull the whorl out. We'll go away from the last collar. The last full collar, and then we'll start unfurling leaves. So we've got 1, 2, 3. We're about 3 leaves away from tassel on this farm. We're roughly 3 days per leaf at average heat. That can obviously go a little faster, a little bit slower. So obviously we've got a small window of time to make decisions about what we want to do out here. Fungicide, guys, we really think about from 2 different angles. One angle is going to be obviously protection against a disease. Once we know a disease is prevalent, can we cure it with fungicide, or can we help stop the spread of it? And then 2, the other use for fungicide is just, do I have a really good farm that I want to protect the top end yield potential? And so these aren't easy decisions to make, especially on a year where corn prices aren't what they've been in the most recent past. If you want help scouting your fields, or if you want help making management decisions, get a hold of us. We'd love to come do some scouting for you and talk to you. If not, good luck managing through this, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you.